Hello and welcome back to Coding with Carl, the only show that you get to watch me put Java into a calm, submissive state with my positive, assertive attitude. That's right, Caesar Milan. Okay, if you're new to the show and you want to check out any of the back episodes, there's a YouTube channel here, Coding with Carl. You can check out the 0 to Android playlist here. Everything's in there. And this video will be uploaded to that destination shortly after the end of the stream. By shortly, I mean within a few hours. Yeah, a lot of you guys watch the show religiously now, so I'll save all the bumf. If you didn't catch yesterday's stream, I was still trying to get the recycle view here refreshing, and I managed to do it. But I had to make some concessions. I had to, where is it? Planner activity is here, right in front of me. I had to, as you can see from this for loop here, refresh all of them. I didn't want to do that, I just wanted to refresh the one that had changed, right? And I realized I actually can figure out which one had changed, because within this for loop, I can check the timestamp against the timestamp that is in the rec adapter, the top of day timestamp, which I have access to because I smartly can make that public. And I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. There's a couple of other things that I want to tidy up as well today. If we look at the to-do list, we've got WakeUpActivity. I've been using this on my phone, and if the day changes and I haven't restarted the app, it still thinks yesterday is today. So I need to sort that out. No long clicking on empty slots. That could cause a bug potentially if you try and delete something that isn't there, but I doubt it. Date change not recognized. And yes, when the activity wakes up, say if I'm on the app and then I go to another app and then I come back, it hasn't progressed down the timeline. So if I could get all of those things banged out today, it'd be an absolute miracle. But miracles can happen, can't they? So let's have a go. Okay, so what did I say about that? Run TS to position on the adapter. If it returns -1, we'll know it's not the right. That sounds really smart. That sounds like something I would say. Okay, so right, so rec view, we get the rec view, we get the adapter, and on that adapter we can run rec adapter .ts position from TS, right? And this, if I remember rightly, returns -1 if it's not found. Does it? No, it returns 0. And that's fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine at all. Because position 0 is valid. So I think I do want it to be -1. And hopefully that won't break anything. Okay. So, if rec adapter, position from TS, where is it? Where's the variable? TS to delete equals -1. Break. No. Is not equal to -1. Then we found it, and we can do this. Is it that simple? Is anything ever that simple with Java? Only time will tell. Let's run it in debug mode and make sure that we set a breakpoint. So if it worked, this breakpoint should only fire once. F8 there, as opposed to 3 times. Okay, so we'll create something at 9 o'clock here. Code hard. And then we'll attempt to delete it. Here we are. We got in there TS to delete. What did... I really wish it would tell me what this returned. But I guess we just roll with it, right? And we can also break at that point, can't we? So that should, yeah. Yeah, great. Okay, that's working lovely. Wow, what? Why am I in here? There we are. Okay, so we'll not do anything else after that, because if we found it, we don't need to do anything else. We're going to remove that breakpoint now. How do I do that again? Is it Command Shift and F8? I've just done it. How can I have forgotten it? Yeah. Command and F8. Oh, I'm still in debug. There we go. That's one thing done. Oh, of course. It's amazing how fast things dissolve out of my brain. That's the first thing done. Woohoo! That almost never happens on this stream, so thank you very much. Wake up activity. You know what? I've just realised I haven't changed the scene. This is by far the biggest fail in the history of this show. So I'd like everyone to join me now in a slow clap for me. That's the first time I've done that. I guess it won't be the last. Okay, so I'll run you through what I just did. Yeah, moron. Okay, so this is where we were yesterday, and within this loop, we were doing all of these things. All I've done is added this line here, and this line here, and this break statement. So what I'm saying is, as we progress through the loop, if the rec adapter gives us a positive number from this function, position from timestamp, which you'll have seen on earlier streams, then do the generate, notify that the state's changed, refresh essentially, and then break out of this loop. So that ensures that even though we are still asking for these recycler views that are loaded, essentially, we're only operating on the one that we're wanting to delete from. Okay, great. Let's move on. Wake up activity scrolls to now. Yes. Okay, so this is, if I have this loaded and I leave it at like 1630 here, and then I go to another app, say settings, and then I come back to it, it's still at 1630. I'd like it so that every time this wakes up, it takes you to where we are essentially, because otherwise. And also, I kind of feel like in the same vein, it should take us to the same day as well, because if the day has changed, then when it wakes up, I'd like it to go to the next day. There is another, I don't know if it's worth doing this, but it is conceivable that you're using this app at the turn of midnight. Do you want it to change then? I don't think you do. But equally, if you do cross that boundary, you don't want it to still say today. You want you at least want the date at the top to change to represent where we are. Not sure how I feel about that one just yet, but I will make a long-term note. Midnight event titles should probably change. Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming that there is something in the activity, like onCreate, that is wake up or resume or... Let's have a look. Override methods. Wake. Nope. Resume. on resume. Let's have a look at that. onStart, what's this? When the activity enters the started state, the system invokes this callback. The onStart call makes the activity visible to the user as the app prepares for an activity to enter the foreground and become interactive. For example, this method is where the app initializes the code that maintains the UI. It might also register a broadcast receiver that monitors changes that are reflected in the UI. The onStart method completes very quickly, and as with the created state, the activity does not stay resident in the started state. Once the callback finishes, the activity enters the resumed state, and then the system invokes the onResume method. When the activity enters the resumed state, it comes to the foreground, and then the system invokes the onResume callback. This is the state in which the app interacts with the user. So I think onStart is probably the better place to do it. And the question is, do we go from onCreate? Right, so So I think the smart thing to do is move the stuff that maintains the state of the activity out of the onCreate method, because it's going to get called in the onStart method anyway. onStart. Where is it? Really? onStart. That's strange. It is an override. Maybe it's in implements then? No. Override. onStart. There it is. Okay, super.onStart. We'll do that first probably. If they do not, an exception will be thrown. You must call through the superclass implementation. Right, so we've done that. And we'll move the rest of this stuff. So what do we do here? We do that. Current day TS, that's okay to be where it is. Create the adapter for the planner adapter. I think that's okay where it is. I think it's this stuff. Target timestamp. So what are we missing when we move down? Are we missing anything? Can we just take all this, bang it in here? And why? Okay. So we get the timestamp if there is one. Tell the pages to jump to the right day. Then at least, if I'm right now, when we do that, it should jump us back to the right day and not the day we left on. I'm not sure if that's the desired behavior, but that's kind of the way it feels like I want it to be right now. So we could change it back at a later date, but this was annoying me. Is this running? Let's have a look. We go to, if I scroll over to Friday, leave the app, come back, still Friday. Is it because the intent's not there? Might be. Let's debug it. We've stopped, we are there. Okay, so this should just jump straight over this if statement. Yep, that's fine. And then we can resume, because what we want to do is test out this, go to tomorrow, switch away from the app and come back. All right, we're back, and I reckon the intent might have disappeared. So what's intent? No extras. So yeah, the intent doesn't persist. So I think we're going to have to persist it ourselves and then consume it maybe. Do I want to do that? Why wasn't I already doing that? Ah, hang on. That's fine, because the only reason we do that is that... Yep. Okay, I think I know what I want to do now. I think that if we don't do that, we do this. Right, because this bit of code is actually for if we send an intent. Yeah, there wasn't an intent ever there. Yeah, my brain is clearly fried today. So this bit of code is actually for after you create something and then you get sent back to the planner. We wanted to look at the position that we just created, and this bit here will send us back to our start position. And also, I think, can we scroll the rec view too? And we know we can, because we've just found out how we can get the recycler view that is relevant to where we are. I hope. Okay, so scroll away, go to here, come back, boom. And it's already scrolled us to the right position. What about if I do this? Go back to 7:30, go away, come back. Okay, that's fine. And if I go over there and then come back, still at the same position, that's fine. All right, so I guess what we need to do is we need to make a function that will give us the visible, I guess something like this, but get visible rec view is what we want, and all this is garbage, we don't use it. What we want is this bit of code here. So page is rendered, I think it's all of this. Yeah, it's most of that, and then we can come back to it. So int page is rendered equals pager, so we need the pager. Oh, we've already got the pager, in fact. Page is rendered I++, and then child I, that's fine. And then if we get that TS to delete, that wants to be today. Let's stay there a minute. This is what we want. And top of day local, yeah, we have got that, haven't we? So we can do here, we'll just do focus lib dot top of day local. Do the generate, and no, we just want to return it. Is that smart? Don't think it is. Yeah, this isn't going to return a fragment. It's going to return a recycler view. There. Thank you. And then I guess we'll have a recycler view. Return equals. There's nothing at the minute. I can't call it return, can I? Ret. Can that be null? Can't be null. And ret equals break return ret. What is the problem with this? Planner rec adapter. Oh, it's getting the adapter. Oh yeah, silly me. Rec view. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And then down here, we can do away with this now. We can just do don't need pages rendered. All we need to do is this dot get visible rec view. Now, Vim normally doesn't do this thing where it overwrites when you use tab completion, so I'm screwing me up a lot. And then the adapter would be planner rec adapter equals rec view dot get adapter. If it's not null, we do need to check for that, just in case. Okay, what's the problem? Ah, we need to cast it. And then, yeah, that needs to be if rec view does not equal null. Cool. Else log.e call problem no visible rec view found. And then this doesn't want to be in caps. Set. Okay, I think we're good there. We'll need to test that functionality still works. So let's do that now. Hi Balacha, if that's how you pronounce it. How are you? We are working on an Android app that helps you to track the amount of time you spend working towards your goals. There's the elevator pitch. Did it work? Did that work? If we scroll away, actually it was the deletion code we need to test, right? So code hard, 30 minutes, become the iron fist of code, delete, and it goes away. Lovely. Okay, so this dot get visible rec view dot get adapter. How do I do this scroll? Is that on the rec view? Scroll to TS, scroll to position. I need the adapter as well, don't I? Although I could implement scroll to TS quite easily, but am I just being lazy? position from time? Maybe I am. I do like that. I'm sure this code can be more concise. I think I will do that. No, I can't do that. Yeah, that's why I do it on the adapter. Yeah. Recycle view. Viz, or rec view, should we say, equals this dot get visible rec view. And then planner rec adapter equals rec view dot get adapter, and that needs to be cast. Planner rec adapter, and then I can get the position. But I also need the top of the hour timestamp, so is there anything in FocusLib that does that? Control O. There we go. Top of day local, we can also do top of hour local quite easily, I think. Top of hour, don't need the time zone for this one. No, we don't. So instead of doing it modulo 86,400, we'll just do 24 times 60 times 60, which I think is 86,400, which it is. 86,400. Already done that. Yeah, that's stupid. It's 3,600. 60 times 60. Get rid of this offset, and that should give us the top of the current hour. And return it. So with that adapter, I should be able to do rec adapter dot scroll position from TS FocusLib top of hour, and that's wrong actually because it needs to be the top of the slot. And then I can do recycle view, rec view, and I can do scroll. Is it slow scroll? Animated slow? I'm sure we did this the other. It was an animated scroll. I know it's there because I used it the other day. How old is this? Is it smooth? That's it. Smooth scroll to position. Target pos equals that, and then do target pos. And I will create top of slot, not top of hour. Wrong one. FocusLib. So that will be 1800. I feel like that should work. Let's test it. Hello, compilation failed. What did I do wrong? Top of hour is wrong now. Top of slot. Stopped. Okay, we created a bug. Keep stopping. Is it because visible rec view is null? That's a JavaScript terminology. My bad. No, keep stopping. What did I do? How do I get rid of this event log? I don't like it. Go away. So I want only selected application in verbose. And the error should be here somewhere. Error reading from input stream. Buffer overflow. I definitely didn't cause that. Not enough memory for audio track, it's not me. Wow, how did we get this far? Yeah, I feel like the whole phone is having a real problem here. And how do I select this one, right? Unable to start activity. Attempt to invoke virtual method Android view find view by ID on a null object reference. Where am I doing that? There. And get visible rec view. And it's because the pager is empty. So this all needs to be like if pager dot is activated, is clickable, is dirty, is enabled. Is laid out. What about get or count? Get child count. More than 0, maybe? Okay, so what do I want to test? I wanted to test whether it would scroll us to the right point. So let's go over here, and then come back. Yeah, it did. Did it? No, it didn't. It did something. I don't feel like it scrolled us to the right place. What happens if I just stay there? Nothing. So I left it at midnight, came away, came back, and it scrolled us to it, but it put it at the bottom rather than the top. So I wonder if that's a difference in this smooth scroll to position. Where is the documentation? There. Okay, let's start by reading the code. To an adapter position. To support smooth scrolling, you must override, create a smooth scroller. Responsible for, if you want to provide a custom smooth scroll, login override. State int. In your layout manager. It only has one parameter. I guess we could just use scroll 2. Maybe. Scroll to position. Try that. See if it is that there's a behavior difference and not the other way around. Okay, scroll up, come away, come back. Yeah, puts us in the right place. I think I prefer, no it doesn't, just put it at the bottom. Let's see what that target position comes out at. I think F8 debug. Okay, I'm going to jump over that one. And then if we do this, come back, do this. See, now it's only scrolled as, oh it hasn't, it stopped, hasn't it? So I want to resume and then, yeah, target position. Target pos is 41, which is right. 41 is the right position. Maybe it's just the behavior is different depending on whereabouts you are. Hasn't done it though, has it? Because I want it to. Oh, I think maybe it's because it can't. I mean, it physically can't get us to that position. It could only get us to this position here. So maybe it's getting far enough to get it on the page and then leaving it there. When I'd prefer it to go as close to as possible. But I haven't really got any control over that. So it might have to be good enough. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to put a comment in here so that we don't confuse anybody. When the app is resumed, jump to now. Okay. So that one and that one should be handled. No long clicking on empty slots. How are we going to do this one? Can I do that? Can I long click on this? Yes, and I can try and delete it. So I think the context menu, that is in, it's been a while since I've done this now, I think it's in the rec adapter. Context. Context menu. No? I thought it was. On create context menu. Nice comment there. Okay, so we have the menu, we have the view, and we also have the adapter position, don't we? Yeah. I think, I hope. Let's set a debug there, and I want to remove my other two breakpoints actually. What does this one do? Mute breakpoints. view breakpoints. So I want to get rid of those two. I actually want to remove those two entirely now because I've finished with them. Okay. Int this dot get adapter position. Pause. We'll run to that line and then we'll see what's in pause. Okay, what is the keyboard shortcuts for running in debug? Is it Shift and D? Control D? Oh. Okay, I guess I'll just press the button then. Alright, so here we are. Long click here and jump over that line. What's in pause? 43. Does that sound right? It does, doesn't it? And we can use that to see if the slot list is occupied, because we could do something like stop the debugger. If slot list dot get pause dot slot size equals 0 or is not equal 0, then we do this. That's really nasty, that. This is a really, emphasis, nasty thing to have to do. There must be some way to listen for the events in this class. Maybe we'll explore that a little bit, because I think that Android passes all events down through all the child views, and it's just a case of being able to listen for them. Okay, so if slot size does not equal 0, then do that. But that doesn't stop us from actually clicking. What happens when we actually click on it, does it? No, it doesn't. But we do expose the adapter, and therefore we know whether we have to do a delete or not. But the thing is, I don't want to show that menu. Yeah, we're barking up the wrong tree. We are barking up the wrong tree, and it's because I'm pretty sure it's already been displayed at that point, hasn't it? And I can't stop it from displaying. Or maybe I can. No, I can't, because I can't return anything. Create context menu. Stop from showing on certain things. That's the worst. Yeah. Android on create context menu. Prevent. There we go. Oh, they're doing it all in here, so why can't I? Here. And this is in the view holder. This is where we need to be doing it, not down here. This needs to be like if. So that needs to be conditional then. Yeah. Should I do that instead when I do the bind? It's worth a try, isn't it? Set a marker there. We'll put that line in the K register, and then we'll look at the bind. Unbind view holder. This is where I would normally do stuff like this. Or is it? Would it be here? And then on the container. Is that what it's doing? View holder container. View holder, then the item view, yeah, so it is. Maybe I should do it there. No. No, because we've got no notion of the position, have we? Yeah, it should be here. So let's try it. So we got holder dot container, and then that would be holder. And maybe we could use this there actually and move it all out. And we should only want to do this if the current item is more than 0. Else we want to remove the onCreate. I don't know if that's possible. Holder.container.remove. Can I set it? Can I send null? That might fail. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's make a note of can be this question mark. And then let's have a look, because if that context menu thing is nothing to do with context there, is there? No. Oh, let's try that, see what happens. And we also need to remove that line from up here. What keyboard is that? It's just a Mac keyboard. It's the wireless thingy. I need to check the battery levels actually. 5% on the trackpad. It's getting low. Right. Can't long click on that. That's good. If I create one. So that was at 2200. I need to burn that into my memory. Can delete. Now can't delete. Very nice. That was easily solved, guys, wasn't it? And I wonder if this onCreate context menu listener Also gives me access to this override method. On context item selected. Alright, that's not, I just want the Java documentation for this. There we go. It's in the activity. When you inflate the context menu for a specific fragment, assign each menu item a group ID that is unique to the fragment. Then test for the group ID in onContext selected. So it sounds like everybody's having just as much of a problem with this. Oh, okay, so maybe I can listen for it. Whoops. Now I'm trying to use Vim bindings in Google. On this part, listener. Not sure. Let's try it. I'll put this on the actual class, which is up here. Extends this and implements this. And then down at the bottom somewhere we'll do overrides for the, yeah, we just get that one. Is there another one? Maybe it's adapter. Sorry, it would be activity dot on context. Why is active? Is it not called activity? What is it? App compat activity. I feel like it should just be activity. Something like that would be great. On context click listener, maybe? I don't know. This is all a bit over my head, to be honest. We'll come back to it because we are nearing the end of the stream. So if anybody has any questions about the contents of today's stream, please put them in the chat now so that I can have a look at them. Should I move this? Probably. No, I'm not going to move it. To me, it makes sense to be there. Okay, so I can remove that implements from here. Echo stop. And everything should still work, fingers crossed. I don't need this, do I? Okay, let's check a few things over. What have we done today? We made sure that when we delete something, that it refreshes the view. It does. We made it so that if we go off to Saturday, go away, and come back, it takes us back to today. We also made it so that it smooth scrolls us, or not smooth, it just scrolls us. Should we change that back? That kind of looked cool, didn't it? Smooth scroll to position. Yeah, if we scroll up here and then go away and then come back, smooth scrolls us to now. I like that. And then we did the last thing, which was prevent ourselves from being able to delete empty slots. All of those things needed doing, and that doesn't just yet. So we are in new ground for the first time in a while. This is a great place to end the stream. Lovely. Very happy. Let's check changes into version control. Commit. End of episode 32. Okay, so what did we do again? We only regenerate the visible recycler view. Wow, that only took us 4 streams. What else did we do? We implemented a start override for the planner activity, and we prevented deletion of empty slots. Commit. 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 Thank you. Wow. Okay, that is the end of today's episode. Oh, hang on. We've got some questions in the chat. We've got Origin Public. Joe Jonathan, could you rephrase the question, please? Unless you mean my origin, in which case that would be Sheffield, England. Hair Trust, which language is this? It's Java. Lovely, lovely Java. And I had nothing to do with Java until about 32 hours ago. Sillins Edits, would you recommend that keyboard if I use a MacBook with this setup with a monitor? I use Windows keyboard on Mac. Yeah, absolutely. I would recommend it. I have a similar setup at work. Sometimes if I'm working on my MacBook but I'm using an external monitor, I'll use this keyboard and this trackpad. This trackpad is incredible. It's nice and it's got haptics. It's bigger. It's fantastic. Enough said. Okay, I think if there's no more questions, I'm going to call it. So I'll give a couple more minutes just to see if any more questions come up. Nope. Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. We've got some good stuff done, which doesn't usually happen on this stream. I will be back tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. UK time. And if you missed any of the stream and you want to check it back later, if you go to YouTube, check out the Coding with Carl channel. That's Coding and Carl with K's. In the Zero to Android playlist is where you'll find it. All right, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you again tomorrow.